Hey friends, welcome back to the Guitar Max channel, and a fan of the channel, a guy named Robert, built this guitar for me and he shipped it to me as a surprise, and this thing is blowing my mind. At first glance, there are a lot of design choices in this thing that are really strange, maybe even bizarre, and there are a lot of things here that I never would have really chosen myself, but when everything comes together, somehow this guitar not only works, but it works better than I could have ever even imagined. And the big thing is that this guitar is just so much fun to play. But let me go over the design and the specs, and you'll see what I'm talking about here. Let's start up here with this. This is a Fender brand roller nut. Little teeny weeny rollers there to keep the string from binding as it goes through. And on the back here, a nice set, also from Fender, Fender tuners on the headstock here. Then the other big piece of this down here on the saddles, these are roller saddles. And all of that stuff, the tuners, the roller nut, the roller saddles, it all comes down to the bridge, or really the tailpiece, which is a Vibramate brand unit right here. All of that stuff works together, so when you go to use the whammy bar, you use the bar, everything is totally smooth, nothing drags, nothing binds, and it's really, really smooth, and the guitar stays perfectly in tune. It also makes bending super easy, and all this stuff together combined with the super, super light gauge of strings, these are 8s on this thing, it's really light and really responsive to every movement you make. Now the other thing that's really wild is the pickups and the placement of the pickups. You can kind of see what I'm talking about to begin with. But if we look more closely here, these pickups are Gretsch Filtertrons, the real deal. And control-wise, it's pretty standard with a 3-way toggle switch, single volume, and a single tone. But take a close look at where the pickups are positioned in relation to the neck and the bridge. There's a lot of space here, right? The pickups could have been spread apart much more. The pickups are kind of more towards the center of the space between the bridge and the neck. Oh, and by the way, wood pickup rings, very nice little detail. But anyway, I think the reason for the placement of the pickups is because Robert, the guy that made this, he wanted to really maximize the quality of the tone that you can get from these pickups, because these are super, super old school pickups. And while they have a really nice, warm, vintage tone to them, they're not the most like articulate, nuanced sounding pickups. They're not like modern pickups at all. And so, like with this neck pickup, if this had been butt right up against the neck, the sound you would get would be too bassy, too boomy, and would probably be really muddy. And the same thing with the bridge pickup. If you crammed that right up against the bridge, or even much closer than it is now, it would be twangy and harsh in a really unpleasant way. So while this pickup arrangement, or the positioning, it doesn't give you a big tonal difference between the two pickup positions, what it does is it kind of ensures that the tones you do get from those positions are going to be really nice sounding tones. I just love how much thought went into all of this stuff. Now, on the topic of tones, let's go ahead and plug this in and we'll get into the sound demo so you can hear how it sounds. But of course, real quick guys, as always, if you enjoy videos like this, checking out cool new guitars and staying up on all the latest news in the guitar universe, and you've not already subscribed for some reason, please consider subscribing right now. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and plug this in, and for the amp, I'm actually going to cheat a little bit, but I always like to use budget, really good quality budget stuff. So for this demo, I'm going to use the Boss IR2 pedal. That's a amp and cabinet simulator pedal. Only costs about 200 bucks. In fact, I borrowed this from Dovidas. So it sounds great and it's really affordable. So we're going to plug all this stuff in and you can hear how this guitar sounds. Okay guys, so like I was saying before the demo, this guitar is really, really responsive, and it's so like slinky and smooth feeling. He did a really, really good job with these frets and all this stuff, and of course it has kind of a low gloss or maybe even satin finish on the whole guitar and the neck in particular, so it's really smooth, which is the way I always like it to be. The thing about the responsiveness with the super light gauge of strings and all of this, all of the design that's made to let the strings move as much as possible, you can be a little too rough with this guitar very easily. If you're mashing chords down, or you can overbend your bends very easily. So it does take a little bit of getting used to with that super, super light gauge of strings and everything else. But like I said, at the same time, it makes the guitar so much fun to play. And any kind of little, microtonal bends or vibrato, anything you want to do in terms of expression on this guitar, it just comes out really easily. It kind of amplifies the nuances of your playing, and I really like that. Now, I want to mention something here. This guy, Robert, he actually sent me this guitar quite a while ago, and I'm finally now getting around to making a video about it. And he didn't even ask me to make a video. And that's kind of why I'm not like, putting his full name out there or anything like that. And my understanding is that he's just kind of a regular guy that loves guitars and loves building guitars. And he enjoyed the channel, and so he wanted to send me something as a gift. That's the kind of thing that I like getting, and it's maybe I'll do a video about it, maybe not. And I don't think he really cared either way. I think he just wanted me to have the guitar. So it's a really nice, thoughtful gift. Sometimes people will reach out to me, email or comment or whatever, and they'll be like, hey man, I've got this new guitar brand that I'm getting off the ground, and I'll make you anything you want, and you can make a video about it. A lot of the time I don't like to do that stuff because on one hand, they might make something, if it's somebody who's new to this, which a lot of these people are, they might make something that sucks, and then they still want me to make a video about it. And there's all these weird, hurt feelings that can get involved, or if they're trying to get a brand off the ground and they make something and it's their first attempt, doing a review about a guitar like that can kind of sink the company before it even gets going. So I don't really like to do that. And the other thing is just, there's a lot more, it's the thought that counts, right? When somebody they send me something like, hey, I just want you to have this because I enjoy your stuff. I'm not asking for anything in return. To me, that's the stuff that's really heartfelt and everything. So he did not ask me to do a video about it, but at this point, I'm happy to do it. And it is a really cool guitar. But what do you guys think about it? What do you guys think about the design, the choices of the hardware and everything, and this bridge, the Vibramate? It, kind of Bigsby style, right? It works really, really well. The guitar stays in tune, and this thing is so smooth. Yeah, just fun to play. But again, guys, let me know what you think about all this stuff down in the comments section below. Okay, now in the video description, I'll have links for everything I was talking about in this video. The Boss IR2 pedal, that's different from the IR200 that I normally use. Anyway, links for all that stuff down there, plus my social media and instructional videos. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you soon.